What's up guys, Meredith with ExtremeTerrain.com, and today we are checking out this HDX modular grill guard in black fitting all 2016 through 2023 Toyota Tacomas. Now this guard will be tailored to the Tacoma owner who wants full front end coverage without having to make any modifications to the front end like you otherwise would have to do with a replacement front bumper. Now this one will be more of a compact option if you are in search of a grill guard that isn't necessarily as bulky while still guaranteeing front end coverage. Now even where it lacks in that bulkiness, this is going to make up in a lot of other protective aspects if you're searching for a very sleek grill guard and an effective one for no matter where you take your truck. Now I think one of the biggest benefits here is how this grill guard is going to contour to the shape of the truck and give you that more compact appearance while offering a lot of coverage to most aspects of the front, including the bumper thanks to the welded bar and these outward uprights. Now like I said, while it may be a little bit smaller, it is going to provide great protection, especially in the center of the uprights with this honeycomb mesh material, which will be great for the location, providing that layer of protection to stop any debris on the road from getting to the grill, while also allowing unobstructed airflow. Now speaking of unobstructed, the headlight guards on either side will also contour again to the headlights very well, and will even have a smaller reinforcement bar here for additional strength while not interrupting the beam pattern, keeping your visibility optimal. Now this will be made of a mild steel construction with a black powder coat and an electrostatic base coat that will resist any rusting or corrosion on the surface underneath. And I think that semi-gloss appearance really adds a polished look to the guard compared to something like a texture coating that would be a little bit more heavy duty. Now the steel and the welds of this system will also be able to hold up to their paces that you put it through, especially with the 2-inch sizing of the main tubing and the 1 1/4 inch wing supports on the headlight covers. Now the uprights will also be almost 3 inches wide and have rubber strips on the front that are just going to provide that much more protection to potentially prevent any scratching or damage on other parts of the system, since these are the most outward portion of the guard. Now this is going to come in at roughly $875, which is fairly average compared to other options like it. Now first and foremost, it is going to be a bit more affordable as far as an alternative is concerned to a replacement front bumper, and you won't have to do any modifications, cutting or drilling, and it is going to be a little bit more lightweight for the front end, which makes it that much better for the Tacoma owner who wants easy and lighter weight protection. Now again, this is also going to have that additional benefit of being a little bit smaller if you want something that's more compact looking while also having a lot of protective elements if you don't want a large option and or want a guard that's going to allow you flexibility that you need it to with the modular design. Now, although there is no modification, drilling, or any cutting involved, install is going to still be a 2 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter and should probably take you around 3 hours to get the job done with some basic hand tools. I do recommend having a set of hands on deck for this, simply just because of the size. However, let's hop into a detailed breakdown on our Tacoma so you can get this onto yours at home.
For this install, you need a 3/8 impact and ratchet, 3/8 extensions, an 18, 17, 16 swivel, 10, 6, and 5mm socket, an 18, 16, 15, 14 ratcheting, and 13mm wrench. And also not shown will be a cutting tool such as a Dremel to cut the lower valence.
All right, today we're installing a grill guard on Tacoma, so let's get started. All right, to install this grill guard, you would either need to trim the lower valence or remove it. If you wanted to trim it, you would just need to line everything up and get a Dremel or something and just cut the plastic. But we're just gonna remove ours, just a few 10mm bolts going all the way across. All right, so now we're gonna get ready to install our main bracket. What we need to do is loosen up 3 nuts that hold on our bumper support right behind the bumper here. All right, now we're gonna take off our 3 nuts. You can see one here, and there's 2 on the other side that you're not gonna be able to see. So we're gonna grab our 14mm ratcheting wrench and take them off. All right, and then we just need to take one of our bolts out of our frame extension here. It's a 17mm bolt. All right, we're gonna put our main bracket up. You will see the 3 holes here, here, and here. They will go over the nuts, over the studs for the nuts that you just took off. All right, slide up over and just make sure this is marked for passenger side for the P. Just make sure you get the right side. And then we can reinstall our 3 nuts we took off. Right, grab our ratcheting wrench and tighten them down. All right, now we're going to install our longest bolt. It is going to go through the frame in the back side here. You will see a hole that will go through our bracket. So I'm gonna grab a bolt and flat washer, put it through, and do another flat washer, lock washer, and then the matching nut. All right, and then we can tighten that down. All right, so we're gonna grab our impact with our 16mm swivel and an 18mm wrench to hold the nut. All right, now we're gonna put our other bracket on. So that bracket is gonna go right next to this bracket. And you'll see the bolt hole in the bottom here. That's where the factory back bolt goes through that we took off of our frame extension. Put that there. Gonna grab our shorter gold bolt and a flat washer. Put that through the inside, have the nut going on the outside. Another flat washer and then the nut. Then we can tighten those down. Factory bolt's a 17, gold bolt is 18 hardware on both sides. All right, now we're gonna put our upper bracket on. You will see it's also marked passenger. Just make sure you have the right one. This is gonna go through the lower grill here, and it's gonna sit on top of our bracket that we just put in. And then we're gonna put a bolt or a lock washer, flat washer, and then go through both brackets, and then a flat washer and nut on the bottom.
All right, and then we're just gonna leave that loose until we get the grill guard on so we can adjust in and out. All right, now you just repeat those same steps for the other side. All right, now we're gonna get our grill guard located in position. You can either grab a friend or something like a stool just to help locate it in position. Slide it into place, and then we're gonna just slide our bolts in place. So we're just gonna get our bolts and our flat washers, and we're just gonna slide them in. Now the grill guard will go on the outside of each of these brackets and the inside ones too. So we're just gonna slide it in place and just put our bolts through to hold it in place. Put your nuts on the inside. All right, now we can adjust everything where we want it to be and tighten all of our nuts and bolts down. All right, now we're gonna grab our impact and 6mm Allen socket, 15mm wrench, and tighten everything down. All right, you do the same thing for the other side. All right, now we need to tighten our top bracket bolt. The one that we left loose earlier, it's all 18mm hardware. So we're gonna grab a wrench, and our impact, a couple extensions, and a socket. All right, now you guys repeat the same thing for the other bolt for the top bracket. All right, now we can put the side of our bumper guard on. We're gonna put it up in place, grab our bolts and flat washers, put them through, and then the nuts on the inside. All right, now we're gonna tighten all of our bolts down. We're gonna grab our impact, extension, 5mm Allen socket, and 13mm wrench. All right, you just repeat that same thing for the other side. All right, and that wraps up our install of our HDX modular grill guard, colored black for our 2016-2023 Tacoma. And remember, for everything Tacoma, keep it right here at extremeterrain.com.